Time Waster Club, Episode 1. My name is Eduardo Cervantes, otherwise known as eddyizm. Today I have my special guest, my very first inaugural guest, named H. Durong. Henry for short.
Henry Durong. Cheers.
Glad you made it, buddy. Cheers. I think we just literally broke the mic on that one. Cheers. Let's do that cheers again. A little softer. A little further away from the mic. Alright, that's better, I think.
That sounds really loud. But it would have sounded nice. It was subtle.
Alright, so. What year did you buy it?
08.
Wait, what's your name? Who the fuck are you? When did you walk in my podcast?
Whatever, dude.
Introduce yourself, my friend.
My name's Sean Fenner.
No, really, what's your name?
Silver Fox.
Oh, there we go. Now we're talking, see?
Silver Fox. I thought I was Silver Fox.
Competition. Apparently, that's the thing, I guess, these days.
Then what's your nickname?
Eddyizm.
Dude, it's funny. I went into Purple the other day, and this girl's all, "Oh, what's your name?" And Sydney was like, "His name's Silver Fox." And she's like, "No, I know that, but what's his real name?" I was like, "Yes." It was really funny.
So we have a topic this episode. Episode 1.
What's the topic?
What's the topic, Henry?
Topic's too much.
What's too much?
Too much of anything?
That's the topic, is just too much.
Geez.
Have a seat. Just sit down for like 20 minutes. Come on.
Use restroom, please.
Too much.
Too much.
So I can tell you what too much is right now. Too much is fucking riding your mountain bike and fucking killing yourself. That's too much, bro.
Too much.
That is too much, right?
Too much over the limit.
Over the limit, man. If you're killing yourself, then it's too much. All I can say was, I think it's hard to say something to Dean. We're not even telling stories here.
Dude, but like he said the guy had 20 years experience. He's a decent rider. He's just that he did something out of the norm, right? He was never a lead biker with the group. He was always tailing. That last ride, you're fatigued, you're tired, right? You want to go for the last ride and you're leading, throws everything off, dude.
That sucks.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't get that part. So
yeah, and he just took something like something he didn't know. As far as familiar with the trails. Man, that's too much. What else is too much?
Yeah, what else is too much? That was my too much. What do you got for too much?
Too much technology going on in the world.
Really?
Yeah, like phone. Too much going on, dude.
It's out of control, right? It's too much.
This technology is too much.
Everyone sits down and they start looking at their fucking phone all the time. That's too much.
That's the first thing they do. I mean,
for this guy from work, he's a hardcore mountain biker. I mean, Henry went out riding with him a couple weeks ago. And he was like, this guy was really safe. I'm going to do this. Make sure you have this and that. Like,
sure you're riding in the right gear. You're riding up, you should be in this gear.
There's like 15 guys. He's just, just on the straight and narrow, right?
Right.
Which is fine. Right? I mean, that's safe is good. But then Henry's like, fuck this. He's not telling me what to do. I know what I'm doing. I'm not this fucking kid. I know how to get on a bike and ride.
No, because
he starts hot dogging
when I
it,
joined
right?
on the group, they tossed the name newbie out.
Oh, because he's new to the group.
I'm new to the group, so they don't know my history.
Your crazy history.
Yeah.
Your crazy East Coast history.
Yeah, because back then I would ride BMX, and then I was riding mountain bike trails since freshman year in college was 95. I was hitting some trails where I probably could have died.
How did you find the contrast between the real wetness out there versus the dryness here?
Definitely more trees, more greens, and then the soil, it's moist. I think you grip a lot better. You don't have to worry about like slippage. Yeah. Back then, yeah. But like, I think you got to worry about more trees.
Okay. Yeah.
You can take more switchbacks, but like you're gonna hit trees. Here, I don't know. I mean, I rode like one trail here in the OC, and it wasn't a lot of trees. You're just hitting a lot of rocks.
Where'd you go right?
Viejo, Mission Viejo, or
Elisa
Viejo.
Okay.
Right,
Elisa Woods, probably.
Yeah, Elisa Woods, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it's more wide open. And
So Friday, that guy is at work, and I'm there, at 5, and he gets a call, and he walks out. I was like, "What's going on?" He's like, he got one of those calls, like, I could tell just by looking at his face that it was like bad news. And he didn't come back for like 20 minutes. Like, you left, right? You were gone. You left. He came back, and he's new. He's been there for like less than a month, so I don't even know him that long. And he doesn't know anyone. He doesn't know us very well. And like, he just had to tell someone, he's like, "I just got the worst news right now. His friend died. His mountain bike friend died up in Big Bear on a mountain biking accident."
wow.
And like, he was just like, ready to cry. I was like, "Damn, this sucks." Like, fuck.
Yeah.
And so it happened the week that I rode with him. I rode with that guy that passed.
So you met him.
So I met him once. We were eating lunch, and he was sitting next to me. And he was talking to me, and then I thought he according to him, he was a decent rider. I mean, he rode. I don't know about downhill, but he rode mountain bikes for like 20 years. So.
Yeah, I mean,
it happens, huh?
Dude, I mean, there's been many a time
full
where I've been
face gear,
riding.
like all the gear stuff that doesn't protect you from everything, right? I mean,
Well, when I'm going down Mormon Hill at 35 miles an hour, and I'm wearing just Lycra, dude. I mean, a little speed wobble or whatever, and I mean,
it's game over. Yeah, it could
be game over
pretty fast.
Yeah.
You're exposing yourself out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was pretty shocked. He's like, "I can't believe it." Like, he was literally saying, like, "I can't believe this is true. I can't believe this is true." And he was tasked with picking up the guy's family, wife, and kids to take them up there to get the body. I was like, "Oh, dude, that is like the worst on top of like the situation would happen, like having to be there in front of your family." And he was like, he felt obligated. I got to do this. Like, he wasn't gonna say no. Luckily, someone else came and picked him up and drove up there. So he went home to get his wife and to get something to eat real quick. And he ended up getting up there. He still went up there. He went to go see his friend. Yeah. But he didn't have to take. And luckily, he left, or the wife and the kids left like 30 minutes before he was able to get up there. It's Big Bear. It's not like you get there right away. So yeah, it was kind of crazy. That was kind of crazy. I felt really bad for him. Like,
dude, he said the group that rode with him, they were in shock too, dude. Imagine you're like, it's a group of 4s. You're the other 3 bikers that have to see, because he was leading, and he hit a bump.
Oh, so they watched what happened. Saw what happened.
Saw exactly what happened. So
wow.
So this is what happened. He was going down. It's like the 7th run of the day. The last run, he said, "Let's go do one more run." So that's just the 7th run, right? It's always the last one. And he's been,
that's too much, taking it over the top.
Much. He's been following all day. He's been following all day. One of the guys that follows the leader. He was chosen to lead that last run, and he's leading. He's hitting a bump too fast. Like, I don't know. It's a downhill. There's a first jump off. First jump off is too fast. It landed like right in mid of the next hill, the next mogul, right? And I guess he wasn't ready. His chest hit the handlebar really hard, so it's like kind of like caving his whole chest, and then his head hit the hills this way, head that way. I guess snapped his neck, and then they were trying to give him CPR,
and he was still bleeding,
blood coming out of his mouth. Terrible.
Dude, that sucks. Fuck mountain bikes.
You ride a lot, or
you're a hardcore rider?
But do you do those downhills at the park?
I don't, but often I've ridden my cross country bike down right behind those downhillers. I could never stay with the really advanced guys, but I can stay with the moderate guys that are I've had a bunch of friends go, "Dude, you should be downhill mountain biking," but I like cross country, I like fitness, fitness aspect. So I like the downhill also, but
so that was my first topic of that's too much. What did you say was yours? I've already forgot.
Too much technology.
Too much technology.
There's too much technology in the world.
Tell me more about that.
Like, you wake up to a phone. First thing you do when you wake up?
Look at your phone.
Right? That's the first thing you do.
Well, it's like, the problem is, like, it's part of your work now too, right? So
And what
if you're working up late, you want to make sure, is someone looking for me because I'm late already? That's what I always think. I like check my work email. Nothing's dying, nothing's exploding, nothing's going on. Okay, I don't have to be there like an hour ago.
Yeah, but you know, you can't help it. It's everywhere, but it's a necessary part of life.
Society, it's our society. You need to hear it. You don't need it like in Pakistan, unless you're gonna fucking you do something, you know, or.
And we need it less than we actually think we do.
Yeah.
You know,
we feel like we need it.
Because so there's people that I follow their podcasts, and they will literally no email, no cell phone for like a couple of weeks.
Take it back old school.
Yeah, take it back.
Yeah, I think that's a trending thing now. I mean, it's going on.
And life is still there. You come back to it, it's still there, and
you miss what you missed.
Exactly.
Just like you would have missed it before, right? Like,
yeah.
And you hear about that.
So it's almost like a virtual vacation.
Yeah.
Virtual. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Too much technology. And it's just getting worse. It's not even like leveling up, just getting worse. Fucking Wi-Fi on your refrigerator, Wi-Fi on your iPhone, iWatch now. It's like
that's too much.
Bluetooth in your head, your car's connected.
I mean, some of the convenience is really nice. Like when I first got that car, the Bluetooth where they call and I just can hit a button on the screen.
I mean that's already old, dude.
Yeah, and I know.
Yeah, we don't have it. I don't have it either. But when I rent a car, like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I mean, like my previous car never had that, and I just finally got this car.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Sean's very anti-technology.
Right?
I'm not very anti-technology. I'm just not as.
It's good.
I would say I'm not anti-technology. I use the technology, but I don't use it as. Fuck you. I don't use it as much. Fuck you.
Use it as much.
Whatever.
No. Continue. Sorry.
I don't use it as much as integrated as I could.
Like what would you?
Well, I mean, you know, like Instagram, Facebook, whatever. But I could take it to the next level. Like, well, Gmail, dude. Like Gmail, you can connect it. It seems like everything.
Oh, so you're on like on MSN, right? Not AOL.
And Yahoo, buddy.
Oh shit, MSN and Yahoo. That's right.
Yeah. But I mean, there's just so much to Gmail. It's just it's crazy. You know, if you have an iPhone, you can do so much more than I do. But I use the technology, just not.
Yeah, I know people who just use their phone and they don't have any music on it because they don't know how to get it on there. They do this
music.
I'm just saying, like, a lot of people don't use it like
Correct.
know. Yeah. We take it for granted because we work in IT, so we're like, oh, what's the new stuff? Oh, you can do this. We kind of in the field of people that like the technology and like embrace it. First adopters, right? Yeah. Well, you're probably more like middle of the road. You're not someone who can't figure stuff out, but you're also not like a power user at some stuff. Most things, right? Yeah. I think that's a pretty fair statement. Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's like when I'm like, oh, that's awesome. You know, even Glide, Jason, I'm just like, what? Oh my, you know, it's like, oh, it's so cool. But then I'm like, well, obviously it's not as important to me because I'm not doing it, you know, because it's not like you can't figure it out. It's just not as important to me to be so integrated in this and that. And, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. If it's not necessary, I probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
and some things are just neat to be able to do, right? But obviously I'm not drawn to that enough to want to do it.
There's just too much, dude. Way too much shit out there.
Yeah. All right, Sean, what's too much?
Too much wanting.
Wanting
of everything.
Like what?
Dude, it's like people are just not satisfied.
Wanting as opposed to needing. Right?
Yes. Like you can name it. Clothing, technology, food,
cars,
motorcycles, yeah, bicycles. I mean, just it's and I'm guilty as charged. You know, like
Patagucci.
Yeah, Patagucci. You know, I mean, dude, it's
wanting. That's
the problem is you get caught up in it. You go away like on the John Muir Trail. We went backpacking, right? You start thinking, I don't need this, I don't need that, I don't need that. You get back here and you like for me, you do well for a while, but then all of a sudden you start getting caught up in the stupidity of it all. Like, get the new catalog from Patagonia. Oh, I need this. Do I really need it?
I want a new one.
Yeah.
I want a new one. Oh, this looks really nice and shiny. Oh, I like that color. This motherfucker is like the worst too.
Well, I like a certain color. I like a certain style.
Like you like wanting stuff. You like buying stuff. You enjoy it.
I do. I mean, like,
You're really bad.
I am. I'm guilty. I think you.
I wouldn't say he's bad, like worse than anyone. I just think he's doesn't regret, doesn't hide it. Like
if I like something, I buy it.
Yeah, that's cool, right? But that's definitely a symptom of that, right? Or
well, that seems like it's part of my reward system.
Work hard, reward yourself.
Yeah,
and I sort of think that's what we are built upon, right?
Yeah.
And we get sort of brainwashed that that's how we're supposed to reward ourselves.
That's by design, though. That's by design, right?
And that's what I'm saying is we don't really need 90% of the stuff we purchase.
Right.
And like I said, I am 100% guilty. I'll even go. I'll do really well for a while, and then all of a sudden I go through this little frenzy of like, oh, I need a bunch of books that will probably sit on my bookshelf for a year or two.
So by doing really well, you mean what?
Not purchasing,
not buying stuff,
resisting
the want,
not being excessive in my wants, and then I will go through this sort of. It's almost like I purge, like, oh, I need this, and I purchase all these things, and then I relax and I won't, go crazy with it, that's not good either, because I'm still contributing to the excess.
So all you do is you hold it in for a while, then you explode.
Yeah, but I don't explode like crazy bad. So
no, dude, you definitely go on your purchasing binges.
Yeah.
You go all in.
Yeah.
You buy something. Yeah. Fuck it, I'm buying it. I got money, I'm blowing it off.
You never had that feeling?
Oh yeah, I do, but
right?
Yeah.
Everybody gets that feeling.
Everyone gets it.
Such a human characteristic.
Everyone definitely gets it. So,
but the thing is, there's some people that can't afford it, but still go for it.
Yes.
The want doesn't go away just because you can't afford it. And sometimes I would say that even if you're poor, you want it even more than want. The feeling is stronger. You just can't satisfy. You can't feed it, right?
Right.
You can't feed it.
I mean, because that's one thing I don't do is I never purchase things that I can't afford.
Yeah.
That's I just don't do that. I make sure I can afford everything that I do purchase. I never carry a balance on my credit cards,
which is not something that people normally do.
No.
That's like abnormal.
Yeah,
right.
But yeah, I mean it's interesting. So like you see my closet. I mean there's a lot of clothes in there, and it's been recently pointed out to me. It's like wow, like that huge closet is all yours. And I'm like, yeah, and I started really looking at stuff, and half the stuff I don't even wear.
So even though I got like the full size closet, I literally wear about this much clothes. That's stuff I like, and then I was like, this stuff. Part of it because it doesn't fit. I've gotten lost so much weight that part doesn't fit as well. So like I'm less likely to wear it.
Right. Yeah.
But I only wear this much. I bought something else and I put it into that rotation. But like, oh, this shirt I have, I don't even wear it anymore. Like very jackets, stuff like cold winter, different stuff. Maybe sometimes
specialty
some
things
stuff.
Also,
yeah.
Right,
some stuff, but like just my regular clothing I wear for work and every day is yay big, right?
Yeah. That's
nothing.
Yeah. So. That's kind of what I mean, and just why is happiness so built around buying stuff?
Is that true though? Is happiness built around that? Is what you're saying is built upon it? I don't think that's built upon it. I don't think so. I think that satisfies something, or try to satisfy that hole. Well, money, like throwing pennies
the false
down.
Happiness.
Yeah.
False
you throw it
happiness.
down because you don't have the real happiness. I think when you do have real happiness, that's less important.
I agree.
That wanting doesn't go away, but it recedes to a different level, which is lower than when you don't have that other genuine happiness, right?
Yes, I agree.
Now, would you apply that to wanting tangible stuff, or wanting I want to be a rock star? I want to be, something alive.
No, I think that's different.
Or I want to surf.
Yeah, I think that's just different kind of wanting material things. I wouldn't say is qualifying the same thing as wanting something like a rock star. That's a desire. That's a passion. That's something that you can actually work for. I think that's actually a good thing. You want something, fucking make it happen.
Yeah, so people have to train their differences of wants to want something that's
tangible to intangible,
tangible
right?
and something. For
I want to be
the
president of the
better.
United States. You know, if that's what someone wants,
Yeah.
why should you tell like a little black kid, no, you can't do it. You're black. No, fuck yeah, you can do it. Do it. You know,
But not to want to be a serial killer. Is there a difference?
dude. Does
Right?
everyone want to do that though?
Dude, you never know, man. I mean, like,
I don't know.
People.
I don't think people. I don't.
So I'll admit I have fantasies about what it would feel like to kill someone. Like, you know, what do you call them? Do-overs. You know,
Do-overs, yeah.
Aaron used to say. My buddy Aaron used to say, "I wish I had a rewind button." Rewind.
Yeah.
And we were coming down like the 57, getting off on the 10. And there's a big hill right there, right off Cal Poly, like a big hill that goes like this. I just want to fucking punch it, just go straight, and see what would happen. That'd be awesome, you know, fucking bouncing on it, hopefully not flipping, but like just landing it, right, like in the movies, Dukes of Hazzard shit.
That's. Yeah.
But and that same do-over thing, I was like, what would it feel like to say, kill someone, cool, you know, or a gunshot, like that would be a feeling you can't experience unless you actually experience. You can't make it up. There's no faking it. You can shoot a target. It's not the same thing. You could throw an axe into a tree, or even a doll. That's not the same thing, right? I guess maybe killing like an animal would be closer to that. But I couldn't do that either, right? Like, it's like I can't even fucking kick a squirrel.
I think, yeah, and I think depending on the animal too, killing an animal definitely would be close to that.
Closer, right?
I think it would be really close, actually.
Like
Especially
like
if it was
monkey?
a personal animal.
Oh,
Or something that you
like
you
a
know.
dog, like your pet dog.
Not like a squirrel or like
Yeah, no, I mean,
Not some
like
fucking
rabbit.
shit. What would it call 'em?
rat.
Possum.
Possums.
Oh, possum.
There's one here walking around, and so I was like, "The fuck is going?" It was a small one, like a baby.
Yeah.
Get out of here! Don't make me kill you.
So when I was younger,
I couldn't kill it. It probably would kill me first.
when I was younger, there were these crows. We had this big tree in our backyard. There were these crows that were swooping down and bugging my dog. And I was like, oh, yeah. I went in, got my BB gun. I'm like, I'm going to kill these, you know, these bitches, you know. And I shot one, and it fell to the ground. Dude.
You didn't die.
No, it didn't die, but it was like hurt. And I felt like such a dick.
A bag of
It was so bad. Like I was like, and my dad's all, you need to, you know, the animal's like, you know, in pain. You need to finish the animal.
You
up.
did this.
And I was like,
finish
what? And I'm like, no.
How
So
old were you?
I'm not sure, dude. Probably too old. Probably if I told you my real age, I would be embarrassed. So we will leave that out of the equation. But it was kind of funny. So my dad had to go over there and hit the crow, you know, and then he said, hey, next time if you're going to do something like this, you need to be willing to take care of it. But it was weird how, like, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to shoot this thing.
Angry.
And then I shot it and I was just like, I saw it in pain and it freaked me out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's similar.
So you couldn't do it at that time.
No, dude, it just like it was squawking, and I just was like, I felt so bad. I'm like, what?
So that's like an instant 180, right?
Yeah,
Motherfucker, pow!
yeah.
Cry like a baby. Oh, what's happening?
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's not get crazy.
So now-
That's just what I heard. Sorry.
Oh.
Now, would that be a mock test to identify serial killers?
Yeah, that's what,
What
they say,
if
right?
you're in
No,
a
no, no.
situation?
That's
What would
what
you
they say.
do? And
And the serial killer's all, wow.
yeah.
They literally say that serial killers are able to one of the signs when they're kids that they kill animals. They can kill animals like, without remorse.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I have a similar story when I first went hunting.
How many animals did you fucking kill? Jesus. Two.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it? I think I heard this story.
The rabbit.
Yeah.
So we were young and we used to have a place out at Lake Havasu. And, you know, we would go rabbit hunting. And I remember I got my first rabbit and we were using 22s. And it like went in its backside and came out its like mouth and blew his teeth out.
Oh.
And so, you know, I came up on the rabbit and I was just like, and I was like, oh yeah, I got a rabbit. Came up on the rabbit and I saw the rabbit there, you know, dead, teeth blowing. My dad's all, okay, I got to show you how to skin it. I was all,
Did you skin
dude, I did. But I told my dad at that point, I said, I'm never doing this ever again. I'm never hunting. And for years he wanted me to go hunting with him and his my grandfather, I never went. I never ever went.
I think you told me once that you wish you would have gone again with him.
I wish I would have.
In retrospect,
I wish I would have gone not for the aspect of hunting, but just for the
hanging out
aspect
with
of
your dad.
sharing.
Yeah. But the hunting part sucked.
Yeah, I don't really. Yeah.
You hunt on the East Coast when you grew up over there?
No, but
Is that not a thing? Or
my dad will bring roadkill home, and he'll just cut it and meat it up. There's a couple of times where we have this tradition.
Disclaimer: he's Vietnamese.
Yeah, so in our culture, in Vietnamese culture, sometimes my dad's old school. I remember he would always buy chicken, like home from the farm, and we'll slit his throat and like take the blood out and then drain them and defeather him and just eat him, right? Yeah. This one time he brought home an 80-pound pig.
Holy shit!
It's huge. It's big, dude. We had 5 people holding down, and when he cut his throat, like slit it, it would squeal, make these noises like, oh, that's fucked up.
That's horrible. Yeah, I've seen a couple of pigs die too. That's not fun to watch, especially when you're a little kid, right? You're young. I don't know. I feel like it's more traumatizing. I wouldn't like to see it now, but seeing it then is like, not good. Not cool.
Yeah, and then he'll just slice down the stomach and just split stuff out, and you can still see the meat twitches.
Oh, still alive.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I seen the pig. They threw it onto this pole hanging upside down by a leg, and the guy stuck it with like just this one fucking spike, like long spike, and he just jammed it into the throat, and it was sat there squealing and fucking kicking and turning itself around. You know what I mean? Because fighting against nothing, dying, right? The death in it was just like you could see the squirt every time, squirt. I was like, oh, you're fucking kidding me. Right. That's terrible. Like, finish it off. Why you gotta let it suffer? Like, that was like, it suffered for God knows how long it felt like eternity. All I remember is just like the peak fucking squirming. I was like, oh, I gotta get away from this. Why did I come? Why were we like, I didn't have a choice. It was a fucking family gathering. Yeah. And then they were eating it later. I was like, I ain't eating it. Fuck you. I wasn't vegetarian, and I love pork. When I ate meat, I love pork. Chicharrones, the shit, man. But so they were making chicharrones, but I had a taste. Someone wanted me to taste it. My uncle was actually cooking it, and because it was so fresh, you can still taste some of the hairs on it. Ooh. It didn't come off completely. I was like, what the fuck is that?
You have a lot of hair.
It's a lot of hair you can't see, right?
Scrape it or...
Yeah, so like, this is fucking disgusting, and I was like, disgusted by it too. Yeah. My grandma killed that.
So is that why you're a vegetarian?
It is, yeah, for the most part. Not because of that particular experience, even though I'm sure it had a big effect on me. Just because, I just could see it right now. My backyard, like, or whatever yard it was with the grass. I imagine my backyard, but it was someone else's house with the, it was, I think they did it on those laundry poles in the back. You would hang up your clothes, right? Oh. Yeah, that's what they use, right? It was a pole, right? Yeah. So I don't even know what are those called anymore. You hardly see those anymore.
Yeah, and they're really cool.
They're super cool.
Because when I won a laundry line,
they smell like fucking Downy.
Yeah, they were teas, and then
they were teas. Like, they had those across, right?
My grandma had one of those.
When I was growing up, our house had one of those roller ones. We're on the second floor, and you just roll them out.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I remember doing that.
So introduction here, Henry comes from work.
Oh, from work.
I met him at work. He was born in Vietnam, and he grew up in the East Coast. Connecticut.
Right.
And your family, you lived in Boston and Houston for a while?
From there, I went to school in Houston, for University of Houston.
Why did you go to Texas?
I had some relatives down there, and I just turned 21.
So you want to get the fuck out of
Yeah, I just want to get the hell out of here. And then I went to college and then graduated, and then made my professional career down there. And then at one point, I took a trip to California. I bought my Ducati in Palm Springs. Oh. Rode that up the Pacific Coast Highway because I told my boss, I'm just buying a one-way ticket. I'm gonna keep riding up the one until I get ready to come back or get tired. So I rode all the way up to like Avenue of Giants, very close to the Oregon border, and then I turned around. I fell off my bike over some gravel, banged up my shoulder. So the last 500 miles were tough. I couldn't lift this arm, but and then after that, you
crashed in the rain, right? Wasn't there?
No, it was over some gravel, But that whole experience, traveling on my own, and then so happened to coincide with MotoGP in Laguna Seca. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I stopped by to go see MotoGP in Laguna Seca, and after that I was just hooked on motorcycling and hooked on that life. And so when I came back from that trip to Houston, I said, well, fuck this shit, I can't stay here. I gotta go. So I gotta make a move. I gotta do something else. So then I moved back to Boston to be closer to my parents and my family there. And then after 5 years of there, I was like, man, this shit is boring. It's more, you get that bug in you, the next travel, your next adventure, and you just it itches to be scratched.
And so you ended up in Long Beach.
So yeah, and I went to Garden Grove first, and then I stayed for a year and a half, and then now I live in Long Beach. The whole idea of going to California is to live by the beach.
Yeah.
And so now I'm in Long Beach, right by the beach. I'm like, man, this is it. This is what one of my goals in life. Yeah.
Nice area for sure. And you, Mr. Fenner?
What about me?
Your introduction? IronBedic.com, a website that you're trying really hard to get it off the ground. Really fucking hard. IronBedic.com. There's lots of thought and preparation, logos, fucking fonts, fucking colors, pictures. But it's gonna happen.
Are you gonna put me in touch with the?
Yeah, you gotta send her a message. You gotta send her a message.
Cool.
So.
Yeah.
I have to see if she's available. She may not have time for that work, so I'll ask her that first and ask for a quote.
Should be pretty simple, I think.
Yeah. So
I was born in East LA.
That's the gangster shit right there.
Wow.
White Memorial, East LA. Lived in Paramount till I was 7.5, and then moved to La Palma, and then from La Palma moved to Buena Park, and then Huntington Beach.
Let's see, I had some notes about you because I did have you. Let's see.
Then
first thing we're gonna talk about was your mullet. That was number one.
I never had a mullet.
That's what Joe keeps saying. Second topic was
so
Iron Man.
Found a picture?
Yeah, I have a couple pictures, but
dude, even people from my school said I never had.
Yeah, but if I show it to anyone else, they'll say, "Oh, that looks like a mullet."
But which what? Whatever, dude.
Wait, let me just go rattle off the topics I had for you. So,
okay.
Health.
Yeah. What about it?
Diet.
Yeah.
You gotta turn off your phone, dude. You gotta turn that bitch off.
It's my test my blood sugar every. I'm not turning that off.
Oh, the next one is diabetic.
Yeah.
Future plans. Oh, website, podcast, and your body. It just trails off like, oh, I gave up there. It's not gonna happen. We're not gonna get that far. He's diabetic as well. Which kind of introduction between you two? That's actually what I meant. So you guys don't know each other.
Yeah, so it's like sharing your passion, right? So it seems like you're a bike enthusiast, motorcycle health enthusiast, right? I'm partially the same way, and I'm sure Eddie is the same way. So we have like a lot of similarities. What's your story, Eddie? Because this is your first podcast.
That's generally a big douchebag.
What's your story?
That ends up being my story for the most part. No matter what I try to do it, that ends up being the story that ends up being written down on paper. I was born in Monterey Park, so we were living in East LA as well too.
Yeah,
but for some reason they upgraded to a Monterey Park hospital, which was already filled with Asians at that point. You're familiar with Monterey Park, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we grew up in La Puente. That was pretty interesting. I mean, that's all you know, right? It's kind of interesting how you just grow up in one place, and that's all you know. And then I realize now that I travel more and met people from all over the country that your experience you share is like very unique to where you grew up. Yeah. Like very, very unique. And like you'll share some things, but like even like a lot of people like Mike is from the East Coast, like yeah, remember when you were a little kid? Like, nah, dude, we didn't have that over here. Remember this place? Oh no, I don't have like the same. But if I ask, oh, remember Gemco?
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck yeah, Gemco. Petco. Like, you remember these stores that were down the street that were just local, that they didn't have them across the place.
Yeah,
when you're small, your world is literally, right? Like, what do they say? Like, your world is like, you're the womb, and then it comes out to like one room or what do you call it? Baby carriage, or, and then your house, and then Then you go out to like the arts. Now that's your world. You literally don't know more than that until you start traveling a little more. They take you somewhere further. You know what I mean?
So when I was, I think I was in junior
And
high or high school.
my point was that my parents didn't go very far. We didn't travel very far. My world was pretty small. I felt like we got up to the mountains like once or twice in my life, right?
Well,
The beach was as far as we went, I think, distance-wise, and that was probably the closest to nature. I realized that later, that's why I loved the beach so much, because that was like the closest I got to nature in my experience when I was young, right? Like the ocean is awesome. Like the ocean is fucking not knowing how to swim. Still wasn't afraid. Like it was still. I was afraid, but I was willing to enjoy myself and do things I probably shouldn't have done, not knowing how to swim. Yeah. Sorry.
So it's kind of funny. So K-Rock used to, I don't know why, but they used to reference La Puente. And dude, like I thought up until we went to your parents' house, I thought La Puente was really far away. Like, and
really?
it's, oh dude, because I never really, even though I probably went right through it, I didn't realize I was going through La Puente. But I really thought, like, I think it was junior high, listening to K-Rock. I don't know why they referenced it, but I was like, oh man, that's really far away. But it's right over the hills. Like right here, it's right there, But I was young, I didn't drive, but it was, to me, it was so far
over
away.
over the hill was like a long ways.
Yeah. And so, like,
So it's funny you say K-Rock, because K-Rock came to my high school and they DJ'd. It was the Swedish Eagle.
Oh, okay.
The Swedish Eagle DJ'd at my, what's it called, for a K-Rock party, and all the fucking K-Rock. Back then it was New Wavers.
Yeah.
That was awesome, dude.
So, it'd be funny if that's what I was actually hearing that they were doing, and I'm hearing this reference of La Puente.
As far as I know, that didn't happen in all the high schools, right? Like,
Yeah.
They went all the way to make that happen. People there. K-Rock is, what K-Rock is now, right?
No.
It's a radio station.
Yeah.
106.7. It's been around for a long time. Late 80s, right?
Dude, yeah.
Or maybe early 80s.
Early 80s.
Yeah. And, radio stations don't last. And some do, and that was one of them that did. And it was just alternative, like.
And they're still strong.
They still got that whole market for the most part of it, right? Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So what were we talking about? Diabetic? No. What were we talking about? Where we're from? You asked me what my story was.
From?
So no. My main point was to have an introduction to you two, because I've been hanging out with this guy for like the past couple months, and you're busy with a girlfriend now. Sometimes that makes I have to find someone else to hang out with, because when someone gets a girlfriend, they're out of the picture.
Hey, we have the Baldy run this weekend.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, it's this weekend.
Did we sign up for it yet?
It doesn't matter, but you're the one that put it on, so we're doing it.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid. I needed this week to rest anyways.
All right.
How long is that run?
It's
7 miles.
I kind of want.
Let's do it.
One of my things was
do
to
it.
do the body run.
Let's do it.
But then it
You-
slowly dropped. Right? So it dropped down to like let's just chill in somewhere in Azusa, right? Do that bridge to nowhere hike,
Yeah.
and then I was gonna do that with my two friends, and then it just dropped down to like, I want to hang out with this girl, bungee jumping to bungee jump at
I wouldn't
nowhere.
say that dropped down. I said that went up.
Oh, yeah, but the plan just kept on changing, twice already. So who knows? It might change one more time. I don't know.
The Baldy run is.
What day is it?
It's rough.
I think it's Monday, I believe.
Oh, I don't know what day it is.
If it's Monday, possibly, because
It's an absolute.
You're running
kick
up.
in
You're
your
running up
ass.
to 10,000 feet.
Yeah.
Right.
it's not a race, is it?
It's a race.
It's a race, but you don't have to do it. Just do it as to do it. Yeah.
Well,
I tried to get him to do that this weekend, and he didn't want to.
I didn't want to do this.
Yeah, we did a run up in San Jacinto Mountain, and I had to slow down. I had to back down.
No, you
I
did
couldn't
good.
keep up.
I think you did pretty good.
I did good on the going down part, but going up, I had the most problems.
Well, because it's hard.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy. You're already 8,000 feet, so this one starts at 6,000 and goes to 10,000. So it's definitely hard.
4,000.
Yeah, I mean, it gets some steep parts. You're walking some of it for sure.
Well, and the run is technically not done. I mean, it's done. The race is done.
The race is done at the top.
But
The
then
run-
you still have to run back down to the chairlift, and then at least you can take the chairlift down. So it does save you what, 2 miles?
3 miles. So
3 miles,
almost 3.5. Yeah.
Yeah. So
well, if you get to that point, because the last time we did the 3 T's with my friend, we got to the chairlift, and me and this other guy, because he was hurt, we decided to take the lift down, and this other guy, he ran down, and I was like, fuck, I should have ran down.
So what's funny is that
Like, that last 3 miles, and
the day we went up to Baldy with Olga.
oh,
And
yeah.
it was like a big storm.
Yeah.
This dickhead was out there with friends doing the 3 T's, and all he had was tennis shoes,
running shoes,
running
Nike
shoes.
running shoes, with
But
big socks.
he really needed something with a little more grip.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's basically what I did it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 3
Yeah,
T's.
it got a little scary because it was snowing at the top. It had a lot of deep snow patches, and I think I had one hiking pole.
Yeah.
That's it, which came in really handy.
Yeah, it's nice to have that when you have snow. You have enough grip.
So I heard you had an extra bike. You're gonna not give, but like offer Eddie if he wants to use it.
A mountain
That's
bike?
right.
No, the motorcycle.
Motorcycle. I told him about that. That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
And,
This is his dad's old bike.
right. And I would just warn you, dude. I mean, it's just I don't. Want to
Yeah,
just hop it on
I don't
you.
think I really want it. He just wants to offer it.
No.
I don't think I'm gonna take that offer.
Yeah, I want to fix it up so, like if people want to ride it.
Right. Or you have your girlfriend ride 2 up, or 2 bikes.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, she wants to ride, so I think she's concerned that it's a little bit of it's too big of a bike for her. But dude, she's a strong girl. She's very strong, and it's a 750, but it's a belt drive, so it's
right.
It's not gonna have as much of that instant power.
Right.
I think it's a perfect bike for her.
So 750's not bad, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a low,
It's an older
low
bike.
seat. Yeah, it's an older bike.
Yeah.
Can be redone really, really cool looking, which is what I plan on doing. I think a perfect beginner bike, but I think she wants something more in like 300cc or 250cc. But like, I think she'll get bored right away. Like, I think she'll be
bored.
She should get
Bored
another
about what?
scrambler.
Like, what do you mean?
And then you can upgrade to something else. Yeah.
Like, what do you mean bored? Like what?
A 250 is like. I mean,
Oh, I
it's just
think it's 750.
250.
Oh.
Yeah, no, mine's is 750, but she wants it like a 250 or 300.
Oh.
Like an old, maybe. Actually, we saw a really cool CBR. I think it was like a 250.
Yeah.
And I think she's looked at it. It's a smaller bike. It's not as bulky. It probably weighs a little less. But
The other factor I would put in is like, if your other bike was older, the newer bike would be a lot easier for her to like handle to ride. Because I when I came with my parents, I have another bike on the East Coast. It's a 75 CB750.
oh, okay.
It's a Honda 75, but it was an older
That one
bike.
kind of reminds me of that one. It's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
classic styling kind
It's
of.
classic, it's cafe racer out, but to handle those kind of bikes, it's a lot different than, we have a lot of luxury, some of these modern bikes.
So the bike that I have is an 87. So it's not that old.
Okay.
I mean, it's hydraulic, disc brakes, and it's, for all intents and purposes, it's a modern bike. It really is. It's not that old. I know it sounds old, but I rode it when I was going to college, and dude, it's a perfectly good bike. It's a perfectly good bike. It just needs to be gone through, cleaned up. New tires. The brakes need to be gone
You
through.
talk about maintenance, right? You gotta, safety is part of safety's maintenance.
Yeah. So, I want to paint it, get it painted so it looks cool. I'm going to put some different handlebars on it.
It doesn't look cool right now.
I saw the picture. I think the handlebar is like up here somewhere, right?
Yeah, they're not quite like that. They're more.
That's what it looks like.
They're
okay?
more like this.
They're still, they're really high.
More
up.
like this.
What the fuck is that all about? Anyways.
Well, they're not like eight hangers or anything.
Unfortunately, I don't really have a lot of questions for Henry because I wasn't planning to do the first one with him. I had some stuff for you and for Mike because I wasn't sure who was going to be first. But I think what I wanted to ask you about, Sean, was your website. So it was a very pressing topic at the moment.
What about my
Iron
website?
Bed?
How's it going? IronBedic.com. We're trying to plug you here. How's it going? the current status. The fuck is going on?
What is Iron
What
Bed?
is-
What's the
what
concept
is
of Iron
Iron
Bed?
Bed? Yeah, explain
First of all,
it.
what is Iron Bed?
Henry doesn't know here.
Well, so I'm a diabetic,
Right.
and I've
With a thick skull.
done what? With
Really?
a thick skull.
Iron part of it.
I've done endurance events. I feel like I'm real red on nutrition. Taking care of myself, and I just want to kind of share that. Share my experiences. Like, there's not a sport that, like, there's sports I haven't done, but like, there's not a sport that, like, if I met you and you're like, hey, Sean, let's buy adventure bikes and ride the Continental Divide. I'd be like,
Right.
I have someone to do that with. Let's do it.
Right.
I'm that person that would. You want to windsurf? Let's go windsurfing. I'm not ever afraid of like delving into anything.
And the real contrast of fucking at my podcast, that stupid fucking motorcycle. That motorcycle, right?
Dude, you cuss way too much, dickhead.
My whole point is like this is explicit. Say whatever the fuck I want. That's the whole point.
Still FCC here.
No FCC here. Fuck
got it.
FCC. Fuck the police.
So,
No, so the contrast is that all the other diabetics that we see, not all of them, a good majority are like, oh, I'm diabetic. I can't do this. I gotta be careful. Oh, I'm gonna eat some bread. Oh, be careful. It's dangerous. I'm gonna eat some bread. Be careful. Watch my. Fuck it. I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna live dangerously. Eat some fucking a scone.
Yeah.
I had another diabetic friend who was not doing very well, and he worked at Starbucks a long time ago, and he was a big boy, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then he got married and he had kids, and actually wanting to get him on the podcast because he's someone I know for a long time. But he's like, man, if I want to see my kid, if I want to be healthy and be alive for my kids, I need to like fucking get this into shape, He started running, and he's run a half marathon now. He's lost like a ton of weight. He went from like round to like straight down. So that's nice to see, but that's not common.
No.
I think that's what you said too. You're seeing a lot of people diabetics like on Instagram, right?
in Instagram, and I've had experiences in college. There was this girl who I found out was a diabetic,
But she hit it.
and
Right.
and we started talking, and I asked her, like, oh, what's your hemoglobin A1Cs? And she told me like, oh, they're like 11.5, and I was like, oh, okay, oh, and she's like, oh, what are yours? And I, at that time, I think I was running like 5'9" or 6, and that's pretty much where I'm at constantly. And she like literally, she's like looked at me and like, no, they're not. You're a liar. Yeah, like literally, like it was crazy. And I was like, so in her own head, it was not even, she couldn't even imagine that someone had that tight of control on their diabetes. And a lot of people have tight control on their diabetes now, but I still think diabetes is sort of they don't live fully because of it. They're scared, they're fearful.
You're type what? What type were you?
Type 1, insulin dependent.
And type 2 is what?
Type 2 is typically you get it later in life. You maybe get it because you're overweight.
Oh, okay. That's one you can get rid of. In theory.
You can,
right? Like people get
but
it.
if you let it go too long,
it turns to
then
type
it can turn to type
Okay.
1. Yeah. So
you got the one you can't get rid of, right?
yeah, no, there's not. I mean, it was 14 years old.
Right.
Now, school me on like what are the symptoms and what may be the cause of the handicap of being a diabetic.
Well, I mean, so.
Like you're dependent
For
on the
example,
shot.
like I'm riding my motorcycle and my blood sugar goes low, and I'm unaware of it. What happens? I may drive my motorcycle in the back of a car.
Oh.
I mean, your brain is literally running out of fuel. So your brain doesn't know what it's
Start to
doing.
short
It's so
circuit,
hard to, like, I wish I could have people feel what it feels like, because
Just to see some mushrooms.
Yeah, maybe. I've never
Trust
done
me,
that, so.
you know what the fuck is going on when that's happening.
Yeah, it's you're literally your brain's running out of fuel, so things are you don't have control or whatever. So imagine several things. Scuba diving. Let's say you're 80 feet down, and all of a sudden your blood sugar goes low. and you're unaware, and you take your respirator out and you breathe. So
why is there water coming into my lungs?
Yeah,
why is this pain going on?
Yeah. Wow. So there are risks, but
your brain literally can't function properly.
Yeah,
it loses.
Having your blood sugars relatively constant allows you to register highs and lows better. Right. But let's say you're always high, a low seems even more traumatic for your body. Right. So, but with a tight control, a low can almost seem normal at times. So there's definitely a trade-off, but I think it's just being able to recognize the signs and always being prepared. Like, I go to yoga, right? And I have 2 goods with me, which are sugar, just in case my blood sugar is low. I've had people ask me, what's that for? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I've had people say, oh, you don't need that in class. And I'm like, well, I might, so people don't know. But, so I think that is what people fear.
Why would they say that you don't? Like they know? Why would they say that?
I think they're thinking maybe, oh, that's for endurance sports, or hey, it's only a yoga class, you're not going to need sugar.
Yeah,
they're looking at it from more of a physiological.
What they would use it for when they're using
Correct.
it. Yeah. Then they're able to get out of their own bubble. And someone else's perspective. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. So, and I've gotten myself in trouble before.
So one time we were going to Vegas, right? It was at night. We got off the freeway. We were looking for something like a hotel or whatever. We make a left. We're going straight, and then me and him were talking. And I'm like, okay, I'm following the directions. I'm like, yeah, go straight. But there's 4 lanes on this fucking thing, and the lane's supposed to go. Lane he was on turned into a left-hand turn lane, right?
Oh, so funny.
I was trying to go straight. And I was just just go straight, but I didn't realize what lane we were in. I wasn't paying attention. It was dark. We were tired. We drove for 4 hours. The lights were coming up. It was, it's Vegas, right? And I'm looking at him is he okay? Is he losing it? Is he fucking getting low blood sugar and I don't know it? You look tired, right?
I was tired.
We were tired, right? It was late. I forgot what we went after Friday or Sunday, whatever we went. And this left-hand lane, we were in the second lane out. So going straight meant going into a fucking pole and a divider on the other side of the street, right? Because you're supposed to be in the other lane to go straight. I'm like, which way? He's like, which way? I'm like, go straight, go straight.
He's like, go straight, go straight, go straight.
But so I was going straight. Yeah, but I thought he was in another lane, and I thought he was going to switch lanes. I didn't want to be, I wasn't that detailed. I was also tired too. And at one point, I fucking hit him. I grabbed I was like, Sean, I got scared. Is he not? Is he going to just fucking pile into that?
Which I wasn't good at.
He wasn't, but I was scared. I didn't know. I didn't know. I don't know what.
It's possible.
It's possible, right?
Yeah. That's the
and
key.
that was the fright just took me. Oh fuck, maybe he's literally just
zoning out,
can't function, and I'm telling him to do this. He's just going with a little bit of information that he could go and just a pole and divider. I was like, oh my god. And then he's like, we turn, and he's and we hit the
I'm like, dude, you're yelling at me to go straight, so I'm going straight, why is he telling me to go? Because in my head, I'm going to go, why is he telling me to keep going straight? He's yelling at me to go straight, and I'm going towards this island, and then finally I'm like, okay. And so we're both kind of, feeding it.
We all were scared. He was confused, and he's like, why is he doing this? I'm like, why is he not going straight? Why is he not turning? Funny. I was saying go straight, give him the directions on the phone.
Hold on, do you have diabetes?
No. So yeah, that was kind of nuts. But that was the one time he did get blood sugar. We missed an exit on the freeway. He kind of went really quiet, didn't pay attention.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, and I was like, oh fuck. I didn't even think about it. It was still
and then I'm like, hey, my blood sugar's low.
We pulled over.
So I'm trying to imagine, how did they deal with that back then? When it's before it was even diagnosed,
people just died.
People died.
People just died.
People would literally starve to death.
What do you mean? Why starve?
Because you're.
I thought you would black out and then you're just out. Or do you recover from the blackout?
Well, before they can control it, people would just have high blood sugars.
Right.
And what the insulin does is it basically allows the sugar to get into the cells, so then that feeds you. Mm-hmm. It's more complicated than that, but just for basically the insulin is like a lock, right? It unlocks the cell. So what would happen is people would just. They could eat whatever, eat, but literally they're starving to death in a sea of plenty because their cells are not getting the sugar. Your muscle. I think
That's
your
kind of like
muscles.
drinking ocean water and dying of thirst.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
some salty
yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Like I think your muscle cells, working muscle cells, and your brain are the only two tissues that can utilize sugar without insulin, but the rest of your tissues need it. So people will, they can be eating. You just see them eat so much food, and then they just start shriveling up, and just waste away.
That's crazy. Thank you very much, Dr. Fenner.
Far from it.
Dr. Fenner.
Well, I learned something because
See?
I hear that term thrown around a lot. Diabetes. I never met anybody, and then I was never curious enough to like research into it.
Yeah. It's an interesting disease. It's yeah.
Well, my point of reference is that we were talking with a friend this past weekend about back in the medieval days. If you had chickenpox, oh, you're a witch, die, you get cut up, right? So I was thinking in terms of like,
did chickenpox killed you back then? There wasn't a what's it called? Immune vaccine for it, right? You would die from it.
Probably
Smallpox was eradicated, but chickenpox was, I think, probably.
Can chickenpox kill you?
Yeah, I think so, right?
No, it just goes.
No, it doesn't kill us because we took the vaccine when we were kids. But I think back medieval days, that shit would kill you. Is that not true?
I don't.
No one knows. Oh, and I have the internet right now, but I don't feel like fucking.
Or like, so you're saying like, let's say back then, if a kid had asthma, right? Like once in a while, I can't breathe. Like,
and he has asthma.
People be like, "Oh man, you're possessed." Right? You have to do an exercise on you because you have asthma.
Yeah. Interesting. So, to me, a good podcaster would be looking up these facts, buddy.
Get your fucking computer then. What the fuck? I'm recording the motherfucker. I got one jaw here. I'm doing pretty good at it.
Okay.
It's not be you got 2 computers. You got a laptop. Technologically.
Hey, wait. I rolled up from work.
Yeah,
and you're like, hey, jump into this.
Yeah, jump in.
Okay.
Dude, I just got an idea, man.
No, we only look at facts.
Dude, I just got an idea that's taking part of your like, hey, take facts, right? It's kind of like a Siri for podcaster, right?
A what?
A Siri for podcaster. So it listens to your whole your whatever conversation.
Answer
and
your
whenever the
questions.
question comes up, bam, it comes right up.
That would be interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
software, yeah.
It recognizes your
That's
voice.
actually pretty good.
And so like this is
So this guy actually has some pretty good ideas.
So it's your podcast software, right? Oh yeah, let you record this. Siri will listen to you when something comes up, a question comes up, man,
You just start popping it up.
It just start popping
Answers
shit up.
and links. Yeah, that's good. See,
Right?
This guy has given me like 3 or 4 fucking really good app ideas. He needs to be like you need to own like a software company CEO. Just drink. Party,
Just
hang
drink.
out, just party wherever you want.
Yeah,
have
just-
ideas,
just-
and then when you have ideas, just fucking pop it out.
Right.
Bam, what's up? I like that.
Just drink.
Henry drinks a lot. I think so.
Yeah,
What would you say?
probably twice a week.
Twice a week.
But I go hard.
But he goes
I go hard.
So it's like twice a week, like drunk,
Hungover.
or twice.
I don't think I get drunk. I just get a good
No, dude, trust me. You get drunk, you don't get sick.
The drunk people never admit they're drunk, right?
Right.
I probably get a good buzz, Today's pretty random. I had nothing to do afterwards. Like, hey, you can just come over, help me set up this mic.
Yeah, we went to the Orange Guitar Center to go pick up this mic on Friday.
So definitely, this is a last minute deal. We weren't planning this at all.
But I figured, man, if I'm gonna do this, I gotta have a drink.
What are you drinking, anyways?
The moonshine. We're having the moonshine,
Oh, okay.
blackberry moonshine.
Nice.
We've been just sipping this, putting a couple ices in it. This shot glass is massive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's it's like 2.5.
This is the fucking man's shot glass right here. Some manly shit right there.
And that's 100 proof.
100 proof. This
You
is
can't
strong.
taste it. Have you had that? Or?
I have.
Wait, he tasted it. He didn't like it. I don't imagine I had more than one. Right? Like we drank the other one. The other one was good. What is it? What flavor is that?
We had raspberry.
Apple.
We had apple.
It's
and
apple,
we
right?
got something else.
The apple one's really good, dude.
Apple cinnamon seems pretty
Oh,
good.
dude, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Even little cinnamon sticks at the bottom floating around. Like this one has blackberries in the bottom, but it's also not as strong, so it's a lot smoother. It's pretty much just sugar, it's just sweet and alcohol. You don't even taste it. You just taste the sugar.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, the fruit. So that's it. I think. Pretty good today. You made it for the whole thing. Thank you for. Where can we find you on the internet, my friend?
Oh, we never finished with Iron Bed.
What? Iron Bed? Yeah, no, he explained it. Someplace, something to inspire other diabetics to sack up and do more. Like, don't live like a don't live
like even my Instagram. I don't really put too much diabetic stuff on there because I want other people to think of like, oh, my life isn't just about diabetes. Right. That's a component for sure, big component. But like a lot of diabetics say just blood sugar. You know, like I try to post all kinds of different things. So I don't know.
So where can we find you, my friend? Where is your Instagram at?
My Instagram?
Yeah. Where do we find you?
Iron Bedic. It's Iron Bedic.
At Iron Bedic.
At Iron Bedic, yeah.
Instagram. Okay. Good deal.
And then
your website?
Website will be...
That's almost done. It's so close. We're like getting there.
IronBedic.com soon.
Coming soon.
Soon.
Yes. Coming soon. Mr. Duong, where can we find you at? You have a Facebook too, right? You don't want to share your Facebook? You're like, fuck everybody else.
It's just Sean Fenner.
You don't know the URL? Does it actually say facebook.com/Sean Fenner?
I think it does, but I don't know.
You want to check that real quick?
Oh, look at it, yeah.
We'll look at that real quick.
No one knows that because when you created that.
No, my friend. A lot of us know it.
I don't know. I don't know
my friend.
No,
I don't know mine.
Look at mine. Guess what mine is? Just
eddyizm.
Facebook.com/eddyizm. It's real easy when your life is just that way. I'm not going to get away with any murders or anything, but outside of that. All right, so let's see what Sean Fenner says. It's nice to have that name there because then it's easy to pass it out to someone. You don't have to look me up.
So I should.
So it looks like yours is Sean Fenner. Sean.Fenner.73.
Okay.
That's the gangster in you. East LA in you. 73.
I think back then every name had like a date.
No, but he created it. It's just he did it on purpose.
Okay,
like you get probably
because I didn't.
You get to create your own URL. You could change that actually at some point.
Why did I do 73?
Really?
Probably because I couldn't do.
Yeah, certain names are
Sean
taken.
Fenner's already taken. Yeah. Really? So let's do yours. What's yours, Henry? Do you know yours? Where else can we find you?
Type in Henry.
Where else can we find you?
I'm in Instagram HD.
Yours, that Instagram is kind of fucked up.
Really?
Yeah, because it's not
HD.
No. That's not your Instagram. The Instagram is like ECD something.
Yeah, if you pronounce it out, it's HD.
There's no fucking H in there.
ECH. How do you pronounce ECH?
ECH.
So it's HECHDDE.
Yeah. See, so I never got that to right now. All right, so
it's HD.
So Henry is Henry M. Duong.
Yeah. Oh, it's simple.
DUONG. That's the hard part for us non-Vietnamese motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And mine is at eddyizm. At Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Oh, aren't you special there, Eddie?
Don't be jealous,
Mike.
Oh,
man, look at this guy. Pat yourself on the back.
We didn't pre-plan our whole existence on social networking, you know?
Jesus.
Yeah, it's okay. No.
I never knew I was going to be doing a podcast.
So let's do Henry's. No. So your Instagram, because I didn't quite get that still. What's your Instagram, Henry?
HD.
/ What is it? Come on, we're waiting.
ECHDDEE.
That's your Instagram. ECHDD.
Oh no. D. Just one D. Try to do one D.
Humeria. Who the fuck is Humeria?
No, you got only one D in there, dude. 2D.
Oh, 2D. See,
yeah.
You got to make it clear to someone because they can't hear the H. You got to spell it for them. They're listening to us, right? Okay, so it's ECHDDEE, which is supposed to be what?
HD. That's my initial. I'm sorry, Kim is cool as eddyizm.
Dude,
maybe I feel like Henryism.
This guy, there's no H in that.
You could be.
That's like H in Vietnamese or what the fuck? Like, that's not H. Come on, look, dude. Sean, come on. Let's be reasonable here.
If you have
you would not pronounce that.
If you have to spell out H.
Oh, put the fucking letter H. Or 2 H's.
No, you have to spell out H.
H. Oh, okay, I get it. HD. Yeah. Still, I wouldn't have guessed that, right?
No one guessed it. I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
It's like one of those license plates that you try to figure out. But then you figure it out.
It doesn't matter.
No. It doesn't matter. I agree. I like it. But when you're telling it to someone on a podcast, you got to explain that. That's a motherfucker, right? No one's going to say, just spell it out. HD. Guess what? Guess how many people are going to find it? 0.
Because it's It's not very common.
No, and it's a trick, right? It's like you play on
Well, I'm
words.
not going to change it now because I have a long
Don't
I
change
have
it.
a history value. with
All I
that.
want you is to explain it so someone else can find you.
Got it.
Who the fuck is Henry Duong?
And in the meantime, I want to bust your balls when you're trying to explain why you chose this.
No, not why you chose it. Why you wouldn't want to say how to say it. Give me the exact letters. Sean Federer.
Can I punch you?
No. You're way too strong to be punching me. All right, guys. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys next time.